Hey guys, welcome back to Double D's RCs. Today I'm going to paint a Lexan body. It's an Atlas 6x6. The body is, at least. I'm going to put it on my SCX24. I'm not sure what colors yet I'm going to do, so we're going to decide as we go. I'm going to use one of these. Body looks like this. We'll get a little more in depth here in a second. You get a couple of windshield masks, some outer stickers like resembles, or was supposed to imitate trim on the outside of the window. Looks pretty cool, but you can go either way. You can either use the trim on the outside or not, so that's an option there. But anyway, let's dive right in and see what we can come up with here. Here's the body that I'm going to use. Now I know I've made another one with this style body, and I did a wood panel on the back. And what I'm going to attempt with this one is more of a lower, not really a belly dragger, I guess you would call it. But a lower stance on the SCX. And I'm just going to use I'm going to cut these fenders off, and I'm going to cut the sideboards off, and then we're going to decide on a paint scheme here. So to cut these fenders off, I usually use some Lexan scissors, which would look something like this here. But I'm going to attempt to use an X-Acto knife and hopefully not screw up my hands, my fingers, or the body. So I'm going to just adjust this light here a little bit. And I'm going to find the seam down at the bottom here. And I'm just going to kind of score it. Now I should be able to come back with a sanding disc, okay, and clean up anything that isn't quite right. So we'll see. And on the back here, I'm just going to come straight across. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have to score it multiple times, or if I can just kind of bend it and see if it's scored enough to break away. So I'm just going to keep fidgeting a little bit and see if it breaks apart. If not, I'm going to score it again. So it looks like I'm going to have to go one more time. So now you can see it's starting to separate a little bit. Like I said, I can go back with a sanding disc and clean up some of this. I'm going to try and not make it too bad, you know, obviously, but I'm also not the most careful person when it comes to this stuff. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so now you can see one side has been removed. Doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and yank off the other fender. I like to keep these scraps just in case. You may find something cool to use for them. Alright, so both fenders are cut off now. Next, I'm going to apply these window masks. They come with some models, not all, but this one does. Like I said, I've done one of these before, and it was very easy to do as far as cutting everything out. I left the fenders on the other one. The hardest part for me is the window masks. I don't have a good way to do it. I haven't figured out a good way yet. So a lot of times I just have to wing it, and sometimes it works out good, other times it doesn't. That one's okay by me. So you have one for the back, one for each side, and one for the windshield. Okay, so now I have all the window masks on the way I like them. Now I have to decide whether I want any kind of two-tone sort of thing going on here. I think I'm gonna try and do, I don't know. I'm thinking I kind of want to go with a top and a bottom, two different colors maybe. I've never done that before, but I don't know for sure if I want to do like a black on the bottom and then a color on top. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So what I need to do next is mask some stuff off. I'm gonna use this masking tape here. You don't have to buy the hobby stuff, but there was a pretty good deal going on at the time when I bought these, because I bought multiple rolls, and it seems to work very well. So I'm gonna do a little bit of masking and see. I don't know for sure what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try it out. This is what I'm gonna go with. It's gonna be a kind of two-tone sort of thing. So I think we're ready to lay some paint down, I guess. So let's go ahead and throw a coat of paint on. And yeah. So I think I've decided to go with green. Now I use Tamiya, and I also use the paints with the part number PS at the beginning when I'm doing Lexan bodies. So the PS part numbers on the Tamiyas is made for bodies that will flex. When they take a little impact, they will the paint will absorb that and it won't crack and flake. If you use ones that begin with a TS, then that can cause cracking if a truck flips or if you run into something. So don't make that mistake. And then one thing off camera I did was I cleaned the inside of the body. You can use dish soap. Some people use alcohol. There's many different ways, but you want to clean all your fingerprints and oils from your hands off of the inside of the body before you lay down paint. For this particular body, I'm going to use a pearl. I don't know anything about painting other than, I've painted probably 15-20 bodies now, but I'm not a painter, so I don't know what paints do what, other than, the polycarbonate stuff that I was just telling you about. But I'm gonna try laying down pearl on this thing, and I'm gonna see what kind of results we get, and I hope it looks cool. So you can learn with me here. I'm gonna do pearl first, green second, take the tape off, and then black. I'm using PS5 for the black, PS21 for the green, and this one is Duratrax by Horizon, and it's just called Pearl White. So let's go. Alright, so this is it completed for now. I had some bleed through, which, you know, whatever. And then the part of the, all these models come with, or the bodies come with a plastic cover on the outside. Part of that cover was ripped, so I got a little bit of bleed through there. And I didn't press down thick or hard enough on this masking over here, so I had some interesting things happening there. But the pearl looks really good, and I like the two-tone. So this is part 1, and then part 2 will be mounting it on the truck itself.